Gareth, very hot out there today. It was
Tell me about it.
a bit cagey at times, but we've got over the line. It's all 3 points here against Walsall. Just give us your verdict.
Proud of a group of boys in there who've given everything today on a hot day, like you say. We had a way we wanted to set up. We had a way we wanted to play today, and I think first half we did it to an extent, and then we didn't really hurt them too much first half. And I made a change at half time. I thought that the ball needed to stick up top a little bit more. No disrespect to anyone. Joe Balde was the one sacrifice, but he's been superb for me. Well, what a player I've got in him. But I thought that putting a big man on to battle a little bit more and stick. We didn't really get the balls around the corner to the forwards that I wanted and down the sides. They sat very deep against us, Walsall, so I thought if they're going to sit deep, let's put a big man on and cause them some problems deep. And I thought Josh was very good second half. He gives a presence, and we end up getting up the pitch. Not as great football as the first half, more pragmatic, but we end up getting a long throw which ends in a goal, and we'll take however it comes. You know, Bradley obviously only going to be him, wasn't it, on the first home game? You know, after his commitment to the club in the summer, you know, and he's believe me, he's come here. Not, shall I say, not for any reason, but he loves this club, Gillingham, and he's invested in what we're trying to do. He's a leader in that dressing room, and you know, he's bringing on some of the young boys, but there was some fantastic, innovative performances today. You know, things I've not seen in players, work rate, a solidity that I know we've got, but wow, they really locked it out today. You know, there was 2 chances I think in the whole game for Walsall. One in the first half where he's put it over the bar, and that will be looked at, believe me. And then the second half, they've had to put their big centre half Flint up front. He wins a flick on, and there's a chase. And I think Sam Gale's pace really helped us there. You know, got us out of jail because he's the quickest thing I've ever seen. Sometimes he's road runner. You know, when he gets back there, and he really put in a challenge that put the boy off, which could have been probably a moment that we regret. But apart from that, I thought we saw it out really well. You know, some solid performances, some real energy. Like I say, I'm really proud of these boys today. They've given me everything, and they deserve all the credit. They have got the win today, not just the 11 that started, not just the 11 that finished. Johnny Williams, Nelson Kambani, and Jake Turner on the bench, all so behind the boys. You know, the subs just behind the injured boys just behind the bench. I mean, you felt it today, and that's the identity I want to bring back here. Fans were brilliant, thank you. You got us over the line. I asked for a little bit on about 92 minutes, and they responded really well, and I think they helped get us home today.
You mentioned the subs. You must be really pleased as a manager that every single one of those subs had a contributory factor, which of course is what you want from your subs. Josh Andrews, a real nuisance.
Yeah, Josh is learning the game. I've told him what he is, and I'm not going to give too much away because people will be watching this interview, but I've told him that what I think he is and how I'm going to play him, and I want him to buy into that, and he really has done. Like I say, Joe, been fantastic in pre-season, and people are probably saying, you've took our only goal scorer off, you know, what you're doing, but there's reasons for it. Joe's going to play, Joe's going to be back in the team without a doubt, you know, good lad and learning his trade. Marcus Wiley ran his socks off, you know, just closing and harrying down people, you know. And Ethan, it was nice for Ethan and Gailey both to get on because they missed out sort of last week. Gailey got on for a few minutes in the end, but they missed out. And this game changes so quickly. You know, you 1 minute you're on the bench, the next minute you're in the team, and you're playing 30 games, and it is crazy how I've seen it over the years. How, you know, they're disappointed for not starting or disappointed for, and then all of a sudden it changes and they're in, and you got to be ready. And that's why the ones when you're not in the team, you work hard, you do everything right, you never lose your head, you always listen, you keep on with the message, because when you're needed, you make an impact like they did today. Really pleased with them, and like I say, it's a team effort today. The boys deserve all the credit, they do, and we hopefully can, you know, get a few rested and get a few back for Tuesday and Saturday coming up now.
Gaffer, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ben, all yours.
Gareth, a former Gills boss, used to have a phrase along the lines of finding a way to win. Was it a little bit like that for you today?
That's me as a manager, you know. Somebody just said to me, you look horrible to play against. It's the biggest compliment a manager could ever have. I don't want to be nice to play against, I want to be horrible to play against. I want people to come here and go, we hate coming to Priestfield. Not only is it miles away, it is also horrible to go there. The fans are right on your back. They're right with the team. You know, they don't let you have an inch. Their energy's great. That's what I want, and that is superb. And yeah, we found a way to win today. We really did. I got quoted once for saying possession can do one, and I stand by that. It can. Wins is what I'm all about. And ironically, we probably had a lot of possession first half. Didn't really make it count, and less second half, and we go and win the game. Crazy game this is. It really is. You know, I watched the Southampton game just before. I was on my screen in my office, and for all the great play they had, it's just 2 breakaway big goals at the end there. I mean, this game, you've got to understand it. You've got to understand the dynamics and how it can change on a knife edge. The boys were great. I can't ask any more than I got from the boys today, and my staff. You know, my staff, they were great. They challenged me yesterday. You know, Dobbo, Pete Gill, great football staff. They're challenging me every day on decisions and team selections, and it's really healthy. And I think we come up with a good formula today. Listen, it's 2 games. We've got 4 points. We haven't cracked anything by any means. It will, at some stage, not go right, but at the moment, it's a nice feeling.
And if there's a man for, you know, to grasp a moment, Bradley Dack's that sort of character, isn't it?
Dacky will be very happy that all the boys grafted and flicked and battled, and it fell to Dacky. And to be fair, there was one in the first half. I thought, if there's anyone I want that to land to, it's Bradley Dack. You know, his technique is superb, and he blasted that one over the bar, and I think that disappointed him. So when it came the second time, he wasn't going to miss that. That was a great finish, and he's off the mark, which is great. And yeah, cracking lad, really cracking lad, and carries a lot of hype with him. Probably carries a lot with him that people think, what is he and who is he, and is this, you know, celebrity sort of family and all this lot. He's a great guy, really, really good guy, and all you have to do is sit down and talk to him and know that he cares for this club so much.
And perhaps a contrasting individual in Robbie McKenzie, just the work rate from him kind of summed up the team, didn't it?
So, unsung heroes, you know. Robbie McKenzie can play in probably every position I have on the pitch. You know, I don't know what he's like in goal, but I bet he could do a turn there. He is just an all-rounder. You know, if he was a cricketer, he would be the all-rounder of the whole team. He is just sensational with his energy, with his closing, with his battling. He wins headers, he wins tackles. He's accomplished on the ball. He's going to score goals. Robbie's great to have in the dressing room, you know, and that was big for me to get him over the line last season. That's why we moved so quick to sign him. One of my first signings, I think, a re-signing of Robbie McKenzie, definitely.
How pleased were you with the game management, particularly after Conor Masterson was forced off? Yeah,
I was worried for Conor. You know, I think he had a calf issue there, and that's not nice to see when no one's around you and you go down like that. But again, Gailey coming on. Wow, that boy he's got a real chance in this game. Got some energy. He's got the tenacity and the will to win in that boy is incredible. And sometimes you need to rein it back. But I had no worries, you know. I'm thinking Connor's off, great. Gailey goes on. You're not dropping in any standard, you know. Smithy goes into centre. You know, my only worry is now we're down a centre half, you know, for maybe a couple of weeks. But got faith in my sports science and medical department to get all these players back quick. So hopefully it won't be too long. But no, I thought we saw the game out really well today.
And as you mentioned, the fact that Josh Andrews kind of came on at half time and had the desired impact that he did and caused problems. I guess even for him, just being out there and being involved with the injuries that he's had must be nice for him.
The last 2 years, is it maybe, Josh has started a handful of games. What a great lad. And what we've done is we've worked hard with the sports science department and the medical department and gradually built this man up, you know, and he is a colossus when he can play like he can. Great humble guy as well, you know, really, really proud of him. I think that it's a real success story what we've done with Josh so far. Touch wood, we can keep him fit, you know, because he's going to be a big part in me. I like my big men. Ask Akin Fenwa, ask Sam Vokes, who's here. I do like my big men, and at times they're unplayable. But again, as I say, Elliot Nevitt, Joe Bode, Marcus Wiley, Seb Palmer Holding, Sam Vokes, you know, we have a good array of attacking players. Aaron Rose going to be training this week, which is great. So hopefully we can keep this squad fit, because I'm enjoying where they are.
Like you say, nice start in the league, and then on Tuesday you've got this League Cup game coming up.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, of course, you know, and again we'll try one or two things, but I want a cup run. I want to be strong in this game, you know. You don't want to. Momentum's really important in football. You don't want to lose a game, you know. And I certainly don't want to lose a game on Tuesday. I'll be firing on all cylinders, you know. But the great thing about today is we played a 4 at the back last week. We played a 5 at the back today. We're quite unpredictable, quite adaptable, and that's a big strength that we've always had.
Please, it's a local one on Tuesday as well.
It's not local for me. I've got to drive over it. But no, it's nice to have a London club. It's regionalised, you know, for the first 2 rounds. So nice to have Wimbledon, a team that we know well from last season, and they're a good side, very good side. A lot of respect for them. Again, one of my former clubs, and looking forward to pitting my wits against them.
Best of luck for it.
Thank you.
Gareth, you have warned us that you will lose a game eventually, but that's 11.
Yeah.
Lost now. I mean, it's a nice little run.
Yeah, it's a really nice run, you know, and like I say, it won't last forever, but while it's going, it's great to have, you know, and I'll have to say it's the boys. It's far from me. It's the boys, definitely. They're buying into whatever I'm saying and whatever I'm asking. They're doing, and they're doing it to the max. They really are. They're really believing in me, and I'm loving that. So all credit to them. You know, that's and Brad and Shannon. You know, I've got to say they're here today, and it's great to see the crowd singing Brad's name, because it's not wrong. It's, you know, when he first came in, it's probably everyone was expecting the world, you know, and this is great. But they've admitted as well. They said, look, we've made some mistakes. We're learning this game as well, and I'm really glad that we finally got together to working together, because they're letting me manage the whole thing, which I want to do. My management with the boys is really important, and they're right behind me. You feel it, you know. They're great people, really good people, and I think Gillingham fans are really lucky to have them.
I mean, they're not always in the country, especially Brad, but it's nice that they're all here and that you've had some time to spend with them.
Yeah, I think O'Neill, the daughter's here today as well, which was nice, you know. It's brilliant to meet their family, and it's what football's about, you know. I've always said it, it's the fans. I met somebody in a coffee shop the other day, and we're invested in sort of, I said grandfather, father, son. It's just brilliant, the family atmosphere that this place has got, but it's not like a family sport. It's like a real, yes, get behind your support. And I know the demand when we're not going well, but it brings people together. That's what football is, you know. And as long as it's like that, I love being in it, you know. And it's like I say, one day we may come off the rails somewhere, and we'll have to pick ourselves up. But at the moment, we're on a really good run, and boys deserve it.
And you say you want to keep this momentum going for the League Cup game. Does that sort of play into your mind with the selection? Do you sort of try to do different things? Or?
Yeah, as a player, I loved playing Saturday, Tuesday. I loved it. As a player, you don't like training too much, because trainings can be boring. Training's going over the same things. Training's like, yeah, we didn't get that quite right, let's work on it. Games are where people are turning up and you're pitting your wits against somebody. Players will love this Saturday, Tuesday. It's mayhem for me and my staff, but I'll be strong Tuesday without a doubt. We won a cup run. We got to Man City away at Wycombe 4 or 5 years ago, and you know, it went well for the first 20 minutes, and then after that we can put that to bed. But it was a brilliant day for the Wycombe fans, and one that lives in the memory. You can get these ties, you know, if you can get a cup run. It's not something I'll belittle. FA Cup, League Cup, I don't belittle these competitions. You know, it's big for me, and the Virtue Trophy is a real great one for developing players and youngsters. But the other two, they're always big cups in my eyes. The Ainsworth household was a big cup fan household, you know. I remember the FA Cup was so special to me, and the League Cup as well. So yeah, we'll be strong Tuesday. We'll be going for the win.
And Connolly, you mentioned, was a calf injury.
I think he's.
He looked pretty upset when he came off.
He said he felt something in his calf, so we'll have to have a look at that. And hopefully the prognosis won't be as bad as first thought, you know. But I'd say we've got some real confident cover in Sam Gale, and you know, really proud of him for such a youngster to have so many games under his belt and to be an accomplished player. I think Sam's got a good career ahead of him, and so we've got Robbie who can play there. Robbie again comes up, and Ethan could probably fit in there as well. So we're not going to be short, but we might have to just put a few square pegs in round holes at times.
He's had to be patient game as well, hasn't he? I mean, he hasn't.
Yeah, he missed the last week of pre-season, and he only got back really for the Dartford game and a couple of days training. So I had no reason to leave anyone else out. Nobody'd done anything wrong, and still nobody's done anything wrong. But football changes, you know. I'm a fair manager, and until you actually, you know, you do something really wrong, and it keeps being a mistake, then I'll change things. But nobody, you know, everyone's like, oh, he should play. But what about the ones you're leaving out? What have they done wrong yet? You know, you've got to give them all a chance, and I believe that they're all really trying hard for me. Of course, I'm going to play the ones who I believe will win that particular game. But yeah, Gelly was just patient. But what I will say is he was a total professional, and when called upon today, that showed. He was superb and probably stopped the equalising goal with that fantastic challenge at the end.
So one final thing from me, we've seen some pictures of the changing room today, the new look changing facilities. I mean, little things like that make a big difference in players, don't they?
I'm a huge believer in that when you come to work, you want to belong here. When I first came in, probably when I first came in and saw the place, people obviously know that I spoke to Brandon Shannon earlier, not just the one that we had last year when I came in. It was an earlier meeting. I wanted to make sure that when I came in, people feel like they belong here. Now they've done up this floor, we've got a great suite here, the players' rooms a bit, but the dressing rooms I always thought were like, I wouldn't like to come in there and think this is where I belong, this is where I come every day. So instead of going away on a pre-season trip, we decided to invest it in the infrastructure, the changing rooms, and Joe Comper was instrumental in helping with that, and Brad and Shannon were like, yep, great idea if that's what you think. And I think having all the names there, all the lights, the badges, your Gillingham, and it's a proper first team dressing room now, the modern first team dressing room. And so when those players come in every day, they feel like they belong here and they want to be here. That's big for me. This identity thing is not just a rumour. It's something I really, really want to nail. To be a Gillingham player, to play for Gillingham is going to mean something, and that's what we're trying to build.